Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you very much from our wonderful captains there singing about an octopus's garden. Right now, we have for you something we've promised for you all show long, and that is an interview with very famous Canberra superstar, Robert Roundabout. Robert, are you there?
Oh, yes, hello. Oh, thank you so much for that kind introduction there, Captain Flipper. It's humble work being a roundabout, but, it is important and it is integral to, keeping the people of Canberra well connected. I think these days roundabouts are a bit overlooked, so it's great to get some airtime. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, you're very welcome. It's wonderful to have you here. I'm sure our wonderful friends who are joining us today from Canberra are going to be very excited to meet you. And I'm wondering if anyone in our chat right now might have a question for a roundabout. Robert, would you be happy to answer some questions for us today?
You know what? I've been going round and round and round on this. And I think I'm going to land at the answer of course. I'd love to answer some questions. If you're from Canberra, you've probably met a roundabout. And if you're a roundabout, you probably know me because I'm head of the roundabouts, actually. I'm doing a lot of work to keep roundabouts strong and round in Canberra. It's important.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wonderful, Robert. Well, look, I think everyone is it's so excited to see you right now. They're quite aghast, quite shocked that you're here. But I'll be glad to tell you you've got a lot of emojis coming your way right now. Lots of stars, lots of rocket ships. Team Hufflepuff asks a question right now, Robert, and that is: do roundabouts get dizzy?
Oh, that's a great question. But we've been trained from a very, very young age, you see. From baby roundabouts out into big grown-up roundabouts, we know how to go round with precision. There's no ending and there's no beginning. So to be honest, we don't get dizzy at all. It's part of what we do and we do it well. But that's a great question. I appreciate it.
It's a really good question. That's a wonderful question, Robert. Sorry, I'm just enjoying you so much. I'm tearing up a little bit because I'm just so... It's wonderful to meet you.
To bring about emotions. We do bring people together. It's a very touching job to be a roundabout, and I'm very proud of the work that I do, and I'm proud of all of my compadres, my roundabouts stationed across Canberra.
Absolutely, yeah. Robert. I have got a wonderful question here from our friend Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Daisy asks, how many cars have you seen go by as a roundabout?
Thank you so much for the question, Daisy. It's a good one. Yeah, we see a lot of cars. We see a lot of trucks. We even see some cyclists. I've been a stationed roundabout for eons, well back into the mid-centuries. And if we average about, I'd say I'd count at least 500,000 cars in the week. Times that by at least 365 days. Let's just add more cars. It's just a bit of quick math. The real answer is there's no way around the answer, but the quick answer is at least 50, 100 quadrillion cars. Yeah.
That is so many cars. My goodness me. Robert, that is a lot of cars. Tam's got a really cool question here. Thanks for the question, Tam. It is, what way do you go around a roundabout?
Now, Tam, that is a great question. A serious one. The best thing about a roundabout is that there is no true entry or no true exit. There are 4. So the possibilities have at least doubled. But let me tell you, I've watched for eons Australians go around me, and they never stop. They always seem to turn right. So if you're heading towards a roundabout, I suggest you turn right. Great question, Tam. It's important. You don't want to get it wrong.
You don't want to get it wrong. Absolutely correct there. Now, Robert, obviously you are the head of all the roundabouts, I suppose, particularly the Canberra roundabouts. I've heard that you've been visiting some fabulous places around Canberra. I'm wondering for all of our friends that are joining us that aren't from Canberra, whether you might be able to give them a bit of a tour of the sites from where you've...
Absolutely. Yeah, as I said, we are scattered all over Canberra. If you've driven through Canberra, you've probably run into a roundabout. I've gone to some of the best landmarks, and if you're not from Canberra, you've got to come round. You've got to come round and check it out. In fact, I've got a picture of me here. This is me when I went to go and visit the Parliament House. You know, it's a bit of a humble brag, but the actual Parliament House, which is the epicenter of decision-making here in Australia, is stationed on top of a roundabout. Did you know that? So all the politicians making decisions have to enter and exit a roundabout every single day. So I went to go and check it out myself, and I'm taking some pictures there. I even went into the chamber itself. I'm trying to increase roundabout awareness. More of my friends keep turning into traffic lights day in, day out. And I say, hear ye, keep the roundabout culture of Canberra strong. More roundabouts, I say. But that was me in the chambers. It was very exciting to be in there. Not many people get in there.
No, was there anywhere else that you went to, Robert?
Oh, well, look, there's so many other great spots around Canberra, but you might know of the Mint. This is me there at the Mint. That's if you don't know what the Mint is, it's not the factory for making Eclipse breath mints. No, mint means that's where they make the money that people in Australia use. So I picked up a bit of a bag of coins there to take home to show the other roundabouts. So very exciting. But there's an even more exciting place. You might know it. It's called Questacon. Woohoo! Now, to get to Questacon, if you're the Prime Minister, it's just a sensible entry onto the King George Terrace. Now, there's a lot of debate whether or not King George Terrace is actually a roundabout or not. Strictly speaking, it is round, but it is more of like an oblong shape. But that's okay. Still round. It is home to the iconic Rose Garden, but you head to Questacon and there's loads of fun stuff. In fact, you got to cross 3 roundabouts to get to Questacon. And I went in there, and you recognise this next slide. Check it out. I actually went down the slide. Whoa! That was terrifying, but I did it. If you've been to Questacon, you certainly know that slide. It's a bit scary, but I highly suggest going there. In fact, it was such a thrill. My eyes can't seem to keep going round and round. Gravity's messed them up a little bit, I reckon.
Oh no, Robert, it's just from going round and round all day. Robert, whilst you were talking about the Mint, our friend Team Hufflepuff says they've got a special coin from the Mint at school, which is pretty cool.
What? They've got a Mint from school? Do they go to school at Greenbox Bank? That's amazing.
That is absolutely incredible. My goodness me. Roundabouts forever, Team Hufflepuff said as well. So I think you're a bit of a famous guest at the moment. I've got one question for you, and it's just been bugging me the whole time, and I might ask you before we just finish up here today. My final question is, Robert, why are roundabouts round and not another shape?
Well, that's a great question, because there's no way around it. The answer to my question, there's simply no way around it. The reason why we're round is because we were inspired by the sun, and sun brings energy to the planet. So they decided to make it round. We are the interconnectory planets of Canberra, flat on the ground of Canberra.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible, Robert.
Based off of fact. Facts
based off of fact.
There's no way around it.
There's no way around it. If there's anything that you could take from today, lots of emojis coming in, lots of love coming your way, Robert. There is no way around it. Thank you, Robert, for joining us today, Robert Roundabout.
Thank you so much. And may I say just one more thing before I go?
Yeah, of course.
To all the viewers out there, don't be a square. Be a roundabout.
Absolutely. Don't be a square, be a roundabout. Wise words to leave us on.